What's up, motherfuckers? It's Moist bringing you another video. And in this video, guys, we are at fucking Corp trying to hunt for that Ellie. We just had a spectral earlier. We had a pet core that somebody sniped off my boy Waggle. It was kind of funny to see that happen because I think he missed it by like 20 damage or something. And it was just funny as hell to see him like, holy fucking serious, you serious? I don't care about the core pet because honestly I'd rather just get a couple Ellies instead of getting that damn core pet. I honestly hate that pet. It looks ugly to me. I mean, it's nice to have that pet, but it's, you know, I would rather have a Corp pet. And I wish they would modify just something. I know Corp is big as fuck and, you know, scaling him down may cause, you know, graphical areas. To me, they can just rework it. Hell no, you can't join. Fuck boy. Fucking mean, can you join, nigga? Can I join? Nigga, fuck you mean, can you join? Nigga, shut the fuck up. Fuck you mean. Can I join? Nigga, what kind of question is that? Who asks that on random? Come with some random people. Can I join? Nigga. Alright, anyway. Losing fucking concentration here. So anyway, guys. We got a lot of things to talk about while we at Corp. Updates on your boy. So we looking at my stats here and they looking pretty fucking sexy. I'm not gonna lie, hold on. You know, we stacking them stats up, man. I got rune crafting up finally so that I boosted it and got my Arctic Cloak 3. Then I did the rest of the stats that I needed to go ahead and get my fucking Elite Void. We looking sexy in this bitch. But that fucking prayer bonus is actually pretty nice at Zora. I actually don't have to use prayer pots there. I wasn't really using prayer pots there. I took like one sip. Because sometimes if I really didn't hit that well, I would have to go through like after the hybrid snake came out, and it would just get bad. And I basically, are we missing somebody? What the fuck? Okay, who we missing? Where's that other guy? Who the fuck is? Oh my god, I hate forgetting who else was here with us. God damn. I know that name when I see it. The Gucci, that's who it was. Okay, so, you know, it was a great journey getting diaries done, but I did a lot of hard diaries, man. I did a lot of them. So, hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of them to 4, and that's the goal. Before, back in the day in pre-eoc, that's really why I got a lot of my stats up back then, because it was a goal of mine for that and Stealing Creation to make Stealing Creation a lot easier, because I noticed like a lot of people didn't use like the 5-star clay for the hunter, so I started training hunter just so I could do that. And it's weird that a lot of people like, you actually train skills for Stealing Creation, what the fuck? And it's because I like to save money, you know. I don't like to spend, you know. When I started getting a lot of money, I started appreciating it, because the first time I lost so much money that I had, when I had 200 mil before. And a lot of people's like, man, you should buy a 99 construction. You should get it before it goes up higher and stuff. And I would listen to them. And then when I bought the planks, I started constantly buying the planks, doing maybe like a K or 2 of them, and then leaving it because I was looking at it like, dude, I got 40, 50 fucking K planks to fucking make. And then I sold them back and got less money back. And I kept doing it. And then I realized like me constantly doing that actually lost me like 20 mil just doing that. And then I was like, fuck, I got to make that 20 mil back. So I went to what I did. Staking. And then when I went staking, my goal was to get back the 20 mil that I had lost. And the way I staked with that mentality ended up making me lose another 20 mil. And then in my mind, like, damn, I'm down to 80 mil. I just lost another 20. I got, you know, I got 80. I'm down 40 in the hole. I need to get that back. So I look at it, 40 mil stakes. 2 40 mil stakes. At least one of those I should win. If I lose one, the other one I'm going to win, and I'm going to get my money back, and then I'm going to walk away from the arena. Wrong. I lost both times, even after losing like 2-3 times previously, because I was always under that mindset it should be 50-50, and there's no way you can lose more than like 6 or 7 times. Wrong. So after that first time, I was like, fuck this game. I'm broke again. No longer even have the shit for 99. Balls. I'm gonna go back to doing you know, woodcutting some magics and try to get back into the game. Then it's like, man, woodcutting magics is for pussies. It's like 200k fucking cash an hour. So then I started doing other methods of like doing dragons and just all kinds of weird shit, just trying to find my way. Never got a visage from them, and it just sucked. But I learned my lesson. As the game went on, dungeoneering came out, and I actually started doing frost dragons when I was able to do it. I started selling floors and stuff, suiciding for people, and that was how I got the money back. And then I went back to staking and kept losing it. So I was always pushing myself back to the roots again. I was always, but when frost dragons and stuff came out, you was able to make like a mil or so an hour. And even with the queen black dragon, when I finally learned how to kill her, I was doing that for money and stuff too. And it was just me constantly bouncing back and forth from the constant rebuild mode, and I got tired of it. And I was like, man, why am I constantly rebuilding? Is it this game is cheating me? What do I need to do to make sure that I don't have to rebuild anymore? And that's when I started understanding how the game system worked. And it's usually it balances itself out. Usually it will balance itself out. And it's just like, if you look at it where you can make 400 or 500 mil, you can lose 400 or 500 mil. So when you look at it like that, you start to appreciate it a little bit more. And I always thought that I had all the time in the world to do certain things when I was young. Nobody could fuck with me. Oh, oh. Nobody could fuck with me. And it's just like a lot of stuff that I had in my mind as a young kid that I didn't think I could do it. But when you actually get that money and you get that power, you like, oh my God, like, how much shit I can do? How much shit I can talk about people with shitty ass banks? Cause I got this bank, nigga. But when you look at my stats, it didn't reflect it. And I started hating people who talk shit. Well, even though you got this amount of money, I got this amount of total over you. You 1,600 total, nigga. I'm 2,200 total. Where your stats at? I spent all my money on stats and stuff. So then I started realizing, like, damn, these niggas really did spend that much money on their stats, so I shouldn't be talking shit at all. And it was just that little testosterone that you go through when you a teenager, how, you start talking shit about people thinking you the shit when you finally get something that you don't see, like, older people with. Like, if you get your first, 2000, like, now it's 2015, like, when you get your 2015 car and you driving it, but your parents bought it, you think you the shit. But, when it comes down to it, it's like, hey, your mommy and daddy bought it, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm in a car, nigga. I got rims on my shit. I'm riding with them 20s in the back, nigga. I'm riding. If you're riding rims, you gotta ride back. Nigga, I'm doing it. And then it's like, well, my parents did really bad, so I really can't take credit for what my parents did for me. But if you help them, that's a different story. If I work for my parents, I got my own money, bought my own car. And that's how I kind of, started learning as I got older. It's like, owning my own stuff I wanted to do. I own my own truck. I pay my own bills. Mommy don't do this for me and that all the damn time. But yes, sometimes mommy does need to help you, or daddy, or whoever you have in your life that's there for you. But when you have those arrogant little kids, well, my dad's a doctor, and they feel like they all over the top of the world just because their dad is a fucking doctor and shit. It pisses you off because it's like, my nigga, your dad did that. You ain't do shit. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Your dad a doctor and shit, but you failing in all your grades. I don't care. I'm just gonna work for my dad. I'm just gonna live off my dad. And when you have that mentality, you don't go nowhere in the world. I don't care. I wouldn't care if my mom was the most famous person in the world or she was the poorest person in the world. Regardless of that situation, the things that I've been through and stuff in life, what we've been through, going through the ghettos and shit, it would have still made me who I am today, because you have to go down to the bottom and go up to the top sometimes to appreciate where you at. And when you at the bottom, you start saying, man, if only I hadn't wasted this, if only I hadn't done this. And you start saying to yourself, like with RuneScape, I've seen some people do that when they stake. If only I hadn't done this, I should have just stopped when I was ahead, And then sometimes you say it and then you don't do it when you go back. And with staking, it's a huge, staking is one of the hugest problems of that. And when you finally get out of that habit, it feels so much better when you're playing this game, because you actually have motivation to come back and play. Now, staking will constantly keep you coming back. Like, you'll say you quit, you'll lose for the day, you'll leave for a day or two, and then you'll bring your ass right back and say, I got to get back to staking. I got to get back up to 100 mil, man. People passing me up and shit. I can't let that happen. And then next thing you know, you leave again when you get clean, and you got to stop doing that. You just... people say they'll stick to Skeletal Wyverns and shit forever and stuff, man. It sucks doing that. So whenever you stake, and give yourself a budget, give yourself a budget. So once you get to, I would say, 50 mil, the most you should be staking out of that 50 mil is 10. And that's if you want to risk 10. Personally, I would say if you get boss drops to keep some of those drops if you actually got it solo. You know, like if you get a Sarah Diamond hilt, don't sell it, keep it, because you're actually gonna need a hilt later on for bossing anyway if you plan on doing a lot with your teams and stuff. You know, a lot of the times if you actually PVM and you get so much, like I tried to buy everything that I use PVM wise. I don't really use Bando, so you won't see me with that a lot, but I do it for experiments, and to me, bandos don't make that much of a difference at certain places. But like, you know, full Varix, full Darok if you want to train, you know, some stats if you're not 99 and everything yet. But if you DHPK, you should definitely have some Darok sets. And like I said, full Varix and then full Guthans maybe. But I prefer SGS over Guthans. And I sold my Guthans when it rose to 16 mil. So I was like, I don't really need it because I bought it for 8 anyway. So to me, full Guthans and SGS, usually I had the SGS did enough for me whenever we go to Seratrips. Like I can last 4 hours in like a 3 or 4 man with just the SGS, so the Guthans really wasn't needed. So I always say to myself, I wouldn't take Guthans there no more. I just use the SGS, and Bones to Peaches usually got me through the day, and it hasn't failed me yet. So there are some things that you will never need to buy, but when you PVM, and try to keep all the items without selling it, unless you have a reason to sell them. Like if they're like the Zamorak Spear is like 8.3 mil now. I've had this thing since it was 4 mil. It's crazy to see that it's rolled so high, and it's tempting to sell it, but I use it on a daily basis. So if I kind of had a feeling that it was gonna crash, I would probably sell it. Hold on, let me get this. We missed. I would probably sell it if I knew it was gonna crash later, but I have no idea about what's going on with the damn spear, so I'm never going to sell it because I use it. So like the SGS I sold multiple times because I seen it go on like this huge spike of rising, and I think I bought mine the first time I bought it was like 35 mil, and then it rose to like 46 47 I think is what I sold my last one for. So I made 11 mil off of it, even though it took like 4 months for that to happen, but I made 11 mil off of it. And then when it goes down, hopefully I'll buy it back again, and see what I can do with it. But if I really need it, and I know like, hey, I'll pay the 47 that I sold it for, or if it's 48, I wouldn't mind doing that. But if I end up getting a hill at Sarah anyway, if I really needed it, then what's the big difference? Or if I make 300-400K from Slayer, if I really needed it that bad, it actually turns out to be profitable. So that's what you got to look at. Just make sure you're not constantly buying and selling stuff and you're losing money on it, because a lot of people hit that -5 button, that 5% button, and they instantly try to sell shit like that. So you just got to be careful, man. You just got to be careful. And when you go with that, damn it, drop my ring. And when you do that, you should be fine. You should be able to maximize how much money you're getting from boss and not wasting so much. And just basically learn how to use less supplies. And trust me, you will last a lot longer. Some people tell you to come to Corp Beast and flick prey and stuff. That's a good thing to learn to do, because honestly, I don't be bothered with it, because Corp randomly combos me, and I'm not trying to constantly die and run back and miss out on shit and fuck up my team. Because if it's 4-man, when you get down to 3-man, shit gets hard, and you can do it with a 3-man, but it gets really difficult. So for the sake of my team, I just make sure that my prayer is the last thing I'm focused on, because I'm gonna save a prayer sip. Like, that's really gonna make that big of a difference. And that's why you get this elite void for that bonus, and it's just the same as what if somebody was prayer flicking without. So that's just how I feel about it, man. That's just how I feel about the shit. But everybody has their own opinion, so somebody else could tell you something different, and there's no reason to go disliking either one of them. Ooh, that 34, that BGS, we about to rape this boy. Oh damn, core already out. Shit. So it's great to see that that our clan is progressing so well. We hit 95 members not too long ago. I think we had 100. I'm gonna have to count everybody. So like I said, guys, I feel bad, leaving the previous clan I was in, but it had to be done, and I knew that we were being held back on the potential that we could, and everybody who joined left, or people who wanted to join, they can tell the potential of your clan just based off how certain people are in the clan, what other people say. And when you're not active as you should be, because if you're doing stuff in real life, everybody knows people have real life stuff to do, but sometimes there's people who just choose not to get on the game because Even though I got responsibilities, I don't care. I don't have time for it unless I'm on RuneScape. Just taking care of things outside of the clan should still be done if you're not on the game. If you're on the computer or you're playing your Xbox and stuff like that, things should still be taken care of. That's just a responsibility you have. It's like if you manage the store. As a manager, you still have to be there. You have to manage the store. That's what they hired you for. So if you're not there, if you're sick, people do get sick and stuff. But certain paperwork, you gonna have to take that shit home with you, because if it don't get done, your store gonna be fucked. You gonna get fines, or you gonna have the supervisors and shit gonna be coming down there like, what the fuck going on, and you can lose your position, or people gonna start getting fired because they appointed you the manager. It just gets bad. So it's like when you running your own business sometimes, when you out there, you taking a shit, you get a, call on your phone, or somebody just fucking, send you a message, hey, I want to buy something for $200. You got to get your sick ass up. If you got diarrhea or whatever, see if somebody can sell that shit for you, or you got to go meet them with your diarrhea ass, take your ass there and go get that money, boy. So that's just how it is in life, man. And when you have that mentality, like things, even for me at school, I used to try to see if my teachers, because freshman year I didn't care. When I was sick, I didn't care. I didn't anything anything dealing with school. I didn't want to hear about it when I was sick or at home. So I just told, I just sat there and said, fuck the teachers, fuck all that. I'll get back to it when I get back to school. And then if I'm gone for like a week, because I had bronchitis one time, that was the worst thing that I had to go through in my life, is I had bronchitis for like a week or two. And when I got back to school, there was so much work piled up that I didn't realize it can get that high. And I got intimidated by it. I got scared. I just said, fuck it, I'm just not going to do it. And I was like, I'm smart enough to do the other work and get ahead that way so that I can balance out my grade. And then when I got my report card after that trimester, man, it sucked. Like, I went from a 98 in one class to like a 70. I was like, ooh, boy. And that some of the stuff that I didn't do didn't even count yet. Then the next time it was under 70, I was like, man, this sucks. So majority of my classes, and this was near the end of the school year. So a lot of my fucking classes had dropped from 90s to 80s and 70s, and it just started to suck ass. So it was really bad, and it got to the point where I had not given a shit, and it came back to haunt me. And then at the end of the school year, I ended up not having good grades freshman year. I passed. I passed and everything, but I don't. I passed and everything, but when you looking for college and stuff, that GPA is gonna be hurt that freshman year. So then the next few years, I told myself that I was gonna work better than I did. When I got sick, I was gonna make sure I had the emails of all my teachers and make sure that they knew that I was sick that day, and that if they could please send anything, because a lot of times as you get older, a lot of stuff you actually can get sent the file because your teachers just print it from their files that other people send them, or they go to certain websites and they print worksheets and stuff that way. So that's what I told them, and I had a lot of teachers who really cared about me, and they said, yeah, no problem, man, I hope you get better, but this is what we went over in class today. Make sure that you log on and, check your work. And then some actually had like an actual site where you can log in and see your homework and just print it, because it was like a cloud service thing. So it was actually pretty cool. But that depends on the school you're in. The poor schools, they don't give you that shit. You do, page 25, 1 through 5, and you got to write it on a regular piece of paper. You can't even type the shit and stuff. So, if you're in a poor school, just make sure you got your teacher's personal info, and ask her or him, be like, yo, if it's okay if I get sick, if I can text you or ask you to send me the homework, or at least tell me what y'all went over so I can try to look it up my fucking self, or, just something, And then with football, I felt obligated to tell my coaches that I was going to be sick. Coach, I'm real sick today, man. I got diarrhea. I'm shooting out fucking coconuts and shit like that. I'm not going to be able to make it in. So make sure you let the other linebackers know that they need to be ready. And, for me, if in case you miss the game and stuff, because sometimes, man, when you know stuff ahead of time, you can prepare for it. But, it's like at your job. Like if you don't call your job and they expecting you to show up and you don't show up, you know how bad that looks for the job, man? It's like, oh, 3 people are supposed to be here, but only 2? What the fuck? And now you basically screwing those other 2 people, because now they got to work just as hard and they wasn't prepared for it. But if you told them hours before, you already knew beforehand, they could probably have called up somebody and caught them before they got into anything deep. Yeah, I'm not really doing nothing today. I guess I can come in and, help y'all out for a bit. you know, you never know. So that's just that responsibility that you learn as you grow up. And when you get with anything, even when I wasn't here as much as I was still able to get on and accept applications and read people's applications when I got on. Josh and Justin both get on here, and they both work, and we've been able to get on and accept people's applications, still get on here and boss with them and stuff like that. You know, set the foundation for everybody, so while we're gone, the people that we appoint to watch over the clan will be able to do that while we're not here if it gets too much for us. You know, right now 100 people is not that hard to manage because we only see about 40 of them in the chat actively. So, um, but once you get to the point where we have that active list, where if you haven't bossed or something with somebody in a week, or we don't recognize that you bossed and you don't have any proof that you did boss, you get kicked out the clan and you can reapply. But you just got to understand that whatever rank you had is gone. You know, let somebody know that you're not going to be here for a week. You know, or if your electric goes out, we understand shit happens like that. You know, it's in real life stuff though. Our issue to you is if you've been sitting in the chat like some of these people sit in World 351 the entire fucking time. We already kicked some of them out, but they be in 351 for the entire time and just randomly say, hey, I finally got this level today. Don't nobody fucking care. We need you to come here and boss with us. You know, you've been here for 2-3 weeks and you sitting up there every time. The only words that you say, level 83 strength, level 84 strength, level 85 strength, level 85 defense. You know, that's all you saying. You getting the fuck up out of here, man. So that's all I got for you motherfuckers. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that spectral drop we got earlier. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Sigil, baby! Let's go! Let's go! I did talk about a lot of stuff when I got my Elite Void and already Cloak in another video, but I didn't release it because every time I make videos, some other shit pops up, and now I got some more shit to talk about. So I'm gonna say that for other videos and stuff, but I forget to upload the shit sometimes because I get so busy. So you know, I do apologize about all that, but your boy is back, man. Some shit going down. I'm gonna let y'all know what's up later on. But just make sure you stay out for these videos, man. I made a video in like damn near 20 days, so this is long overdue. But we finally got that Elite Void. We in this bitch, man. We in this bitch. We in there. So hope y'all having a great time, bossing, man. Good luck to everybody. And like I said, man, join your boys' clan if you really want a clan that is really trustworthy. I know there's other clans out there that's trustworthy, but if you want to boss with your boy, like I tell people, you know, it's hard for me to boss with you outside my clan because every time I get on, we bossing 24/7, and I'm not finna sit up there and boss with y'all because I'm taking a risk, and it's a risk that I don't like to take. But as long as you within the clan and stuff, I have credentials here, you know, so people would know, like, if you scam me, you gonna have all these people here that's gonna be like, oh, somebody scam boy. They gonna report your ass, and people gonna be posting on Reddit. And your reputation gonna be fucked. You know, I can always put up a video about that shit like I did before, but shit, man, I don't like to really whine about that shit. It's just, you know, when people scam stuff, it pisses me off, and I just hope it don't get done on other people. That's the reasons why I do that stuff. I personally don't care, because look at what, you know, other people scamming me has done to me. I'm more motivated to boss and find those people who actually are legit, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to go through the bad people to get to the good people. K the fucko. Good fight. I don't know how he died, but good fight. Shit, man. So, you know, I really do hoping y'all enjoying the videos, man. I'm trying my best to put them out. I'm trying to get to streaming, man. I'm gonna get me a new webcam soon. But y'all stay tuned for all that, man. So enjoy the sigil drop, man. Hopefully we can get an alien I can show y'all at a fucking another video. But that's all your boy got. I talked about the crystal halberd because I did a video like I was talking about it without the spec and saying hoping that the spec, you know, will make it better and stuff like that. And then as soon as I said those words, the system update came, and when the update happened, it was actually them giving the crystal halberd the spec, and the BGS update putting it at 65% of the spec. So it was funny as hell to see that happened as soon as I decided to make a video on it. But I didn't release it, and because I waited so long to release it, I was like, fuck, you know. And I already got my already Cloak 3 Elite Void, and I was gonna update y'all when I got the Cloak 3 and tell you, hey, I'm working on getting Elite Void, and then that ended up getting the Elite Void, and now I'm like, well, fuck, might as well just update y'all all in one video, and that's what you got right now. So um, that's all I got, I think, guys. You know, I think I've told you most of everything I know, what's going on with me in real life. I'll, you know, see if I can update y'all that during streams and stuff like that. But so far, your boy is okay. So it's been a great ride, man. I appreciate all the support from y'all motherfuckers, man. Your boy is trying to do it. We trying to get that Ellie. Hope y'all here for the journey, man. I'm always Elax. I'll see you at the next video. Peace.